Hello and welcome to the character creation for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous beta. So this is the first version of the game that you've been allowed to create content and video for, and it's my first time seeing it, and I'm very excited because Pathfinder Kingmaker was such an in-depth CRPG. It was something that you don't get a lot of nowadays. Most comparable would be something like Pillars or Baldur's Gate, but it just had a little bit more for me. It was something that I could get truly invested in, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm excited to see what happens with Wrath of the Righteous, because some of my issues I had with Pathfinder Kingmaker were very fixable, and in fact some they fixed as we went through the game. Like they had very long load times when I first started playing it, and now they're fantastic, they're quick, it's all great. So what I'm hoping with this game is that the technical issues are gone, and then it's just going to be more of the same. Like, it's going to be more story, it's going to be a new set part of the world to explore. It's got lots of new lore. It's also got a new system, so I believe that instead of there being a king system, like in the first game there was a kingdom management thing, that you had all your advisors be members of the kingdom, and they were all members of your party. I believe it's slightly different in this one, in that you're more running some kind of Crusades. I'm not entirely sure how it all pieces together, but I'm excited to find out. So, we're going to jump into a new game, and we're going to accept sending them some stuff, and basically we have to create a character. We're going to create a brand new one, and we're going to try and look at some of the options. I believe that the first companion you get in the game is a paladin, so that's the only one we're going to be avoiding, but apart from that, I'm excited to see what's different. So far it's looking fairly similar. Now this looks quite different. Okay, so we've got the same kind of pictures. I believe that this one is the exact same one that we used last time. So, I don't know, what were we going to create? Let's create something that looks a bit like this. Now, this isn't going to be our full playthrough. We're going to do another playthrough when it comes out properly, and then we're going to go much more in depth, and we're going to go much more into all the little bits of the story. This one's just going to be a short, let's see where it's at now, because you're only able to play up to Act 3 anyway currently, if you're creating videos for it, because after Act 3, it's not really done yet. So, we'll probably just play like 2 or 3 episodes, see how it all pans out. Anyway, let's play this person. I don't know what we're going to do with them, but we're going to play this person. It doesn't seem like the kind of character I do a full playthrough of, so that seems like an interesting place to start. So, classes. What have we got in right now? So I can definitely see, I think we might have a few more than last time. Yeah, at least a few more base. There is definitely some more than last time. And then there's a lot more that you can unlock. Okay, interesting. Unless I'm forgetting, I don't remember there being like war priests and things, and scalds. But let's see what we got. So right up at the top, so I believe that this is the class, and then there are subclasses for each class. So you got Alchemist, Arcanist, Barbarian, Bard, Blood Rager. What's a Blood Rager? I don't entirely know that one. While many ferocious combatants can tap into a deep reservoir of buried rage, Blood Ragers have an intrinsic power that seethes within. Like sorcerers, Blood Ragers' veins surge with arcane power. While sorcerers use this power for spellcasting, Blood Ragers enter an altered state in which their bloodline becomes manifest, where the echoes of their strange ancestry lash out with a devastating power. In these stages, Blood Ragers can cast some arcane spells instinctively. The Blood Ragers' magic is as fast, violent, and seemingly unstoppable as their physical prowess. So what this sounds like to me is this sounds like a magical barbarian, right? So instead of going into a barbarian rage, you go into like this spell rage where you just run in and things start casting. That sounds intriguing. Cavalier, so warriors striving to perfect their art from horseback. Yeah, I was thinking that sounded like it was horseback, which is what I wanted to check. Cleric, druid, fighter, hunter, all fairly straightforward. Inquisitor, I think they had that in the first game. Kineticist, I believe, was the DLC character, or was one of the DLC characters from the first game. And I also remember having absolutely no clue what to do with them. Magus is kind of like a spell blade kind of thing. So it's a magic user who powers up their blade and hits people, and then that unleashes spells. Monks. Oracle. What's an oracle? Although the gods work through many agents, perhaps none is more mysterious than the Oracle. These divine vessels are granted power without their choice, selected by Providence to wield powers that even they do not fully understand. Unlike a cleric who draws her magic through devotion to a deity, oracles garner strength and power from many sources, namely those patron deities who support their ideals. Instead of worshipping a single source, oracles tend to venerate all the gods that share their beliefs. While some see the powers of the oracle as a gift, others view them as a curse, changing the life of the chosen in unforeseen ways. I don't entirely know how that works in practice though. What do they get? So they get a curse. So a curse comes with a benefit. So at level 1, it can't be changed. The curse cannot be removed or dispelled without aid of a deity. So if you happen to interact with a deity, which I believe might be possible in this game, you could potentially get your oracle's curse removed. Okay. Doesn't entirely say what it does, but I assume there is a selection of choices, and then you get your proficient. Alright, so your proficiencies are normal. A mystery. Each oracle draws upon a divine mystery to grant her spells and powers. This mystery also grants additional class skills and other special abilities. This mystery can represent a devotion to one ideal, prayers to deities that support the concept, or a natural calling to champion a cause. Regardless of its source, the mystery manifests in a number of ways as the oracle gains levels. An oracle must pick one mystery upon taking her first level of oracle. Once made, this choice cannot be changed. At level 2 and every 2 levels thereafter, the oracle learns an additional spell derived from her mystery. So it sounds like in concept it's similar to like a paladin's oath. It's the thing that defines you as a character. Revelation. So you can uncover a new secret about the mystery that grants powers and abilities. Oh, okay, so this is like you choose the tree and you get a bunch of stuff for choosing the tree, and then this is you get some stuff based off, you get some more choices, and then you also gain additional spells. Okay, interesting. Well, we'll leave that be for just now, just while we go through a few of the other ones. So we got Paladin, we got Ranger, Rogue, Shaman. I'm not entirely sure what the Shaman is in this one. What do you get? So you get a spirit animal. Ah, okay, and you get a spirit bond with the world. Okay. Scald. Now this one I briefly read the description of, and it sounds very interesting. So interesting that I might play it in my actual playthrough, because basically the way I like to play these games when I'm doing a full playthrough is lots and lots of getting the lore, getting all the story, getting as much context about the world as possible while going through it. And from the first line, that sounds great. Skalds are poets, historians, and keepers of lore who use their gifts for oration and song to inspire allies into a frenzied rage. So basically, you use your you get your knowledge of lore, you get all the lore you can, and then you just sing about it to your allies, and they're like, "Oh my lord, this lore! I'm inspired by your heroic stories." And then you go off and do whatever you're gonna go and do. They balance a violent spirit with the veneer of civilization, recording events such as heroic battles and the deeds of great leaders, enhancing these stories in the retelling to earn bloodier victories in combat. A skald's poetry is nuanced and often has multiple overlapping meanings, and he applies similar talents to emulate magic from other spellcasters. It says emulate magic, not like, do magic. What does that mean? I don't entirely know. So you get skilled talents that are similar to rogue stuff, and then you're immune to sonic effects, rage powers, uncanny dodge. It seems like you maybe get like a collection of things from other stuff. So rage powers, it sounds like you get stuff from other things. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, some of it sounds intriguing at the very least, but not something we're going to do now. Slayer. Hunters that are looking for deadly chases. Okay, not really what I'm looking for. Sorcerer. I think this is what we played in the first game, so very much just your basic spellcaster. War Priest, capable of, it's just a priest but attacking, I assume. Witch, which I assume is another type of spellcaster. It seems to be some kind of similar to a warlock in D&D, which would make sense because warlock isn't here. And then Wizard, which is a wizard. We know what a wizard is. Okay, well, if we've got a paladin with us, why don't we go an oracle? As I said, they sounded a little bit similar, and I was kind of intrigued, and we've already read about them, so I'm going to play an oracle. What type of oracles have we got? Oh, wait, also, while we're here, what kind of skalds have we got? Oh, right, so you can be like a court poet, you can be a herald of the horn, a hunt caller. Interesting. Anyway, oracle. So you can be a herbalist, enlightened philosopher, lone strider. What's that? It doesn't say. Oh no, yeah, it does. A lone strider is a recluse who gained her auricular powers from isolation in a deep desert on a mountain peak or in another secluded location. A connection to untraveled places gives the lone strider power to evade his enemies. Okay, a possessed oracle, possessed by spirits, demons, or other similar beings. That'd be intriguing if we meet a paladin and we're possessed. It doesn't appear to have anything for Seeker. Yeah, Seeker doesn't have anything. Okay, so some of that's missing right now. That must be like the newest one they added in. I like the idea of being possessed. That sounds intriguing. Yeah, let's be possessed. Why not? Okay, so we get the curse, we get proficiencies, we get mystery, we get revelations, and we get additional spells at level 1. Our class skills are persuasion, lore, knowledge of the world, knowledge of arcana, and lore about religion. Okay, cool. Let's go. Can I choose anything at this rank? Maybe. Oh, we also get 2 minds at level 1. You gain a +2 bonus on saving throws against mind affecting effects. Okay, so because we have this other thing in our head, like, you know, we have another thing that could potentially be... It's like, no, you can't take control of this person. I already have dibs, right? Anything else in here? Nope, 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 nope. Background selection as well. Ooh, and then a feat. All right, let's go next. So we have to choose what race we are next. I don't think we have... All right, so we do the feats and skills stuff next. Okay, so what we're going to be. So we can be human, elf, dwarf, gnome, halfling. I think gnome's what we played last time. Halfling, half-elf, half-orc, an Aasimar, a tiefling, O-red, humans whose ancestry includes a touch of an elemental being of earth somewhere along the line, often that of a Shantain genie. A Damphir, the half-living children of vampires, or a Kitsune, a fox. I believe that this was the one that was voted upon. I don't know what I want to play. Oh no. I kind of feel like if we're being possessed, I want us to not be, you know, I don't want us to be crazy interesting to start with. Like, I think being possessed as an Aasimar is kind of too many things on top of each other for it to be interesting. I kind of almost want to just go human. Like, just be a normal, everyday person who just gets possessed. I think that could be intriguing. Also, half-elf has some appeal as well, but I'm just gonna be a human, you know? Just a nice human. We get possessed, and then that gives us something to work with. We also already know what a human is, so we don't need to worry too much about the background lore of, you know, what is a human. Alright, so let's see what we got here. So what kind of stuff do we use? What's our stat for an oracle? Can we go back? Yeah. What stat do we use? Can I move this out? Oh, there we go. Right. Just trying to see if it gives us any clue as to what we might actually want. Plus the oracle's charisma, so charisma appears to be our thing. Yeah, like if we got charisma defending us against stuff, I assume that charisma is something that we use. Possibly. I don't know. Let's jump forward. So charisma. Oh, it does have the tick next to it. You know, that makes a lot of sense. So what does charisma do for us? Does it say? Charisma. I'm just kind of scanning to see if we have anything in here that's like charisma for us. Nope. Doesn't say anything about oracles and charisma. And our racial bonus? Oh, we can choose what to add +2 to. Okay. Well, I mean, let's add +2 to charisma. And then I'm just gonna add some more to charisma. How many? We get 23 points. So what if we start with like an 18 charisma? That's a +4 bonus. That's pretty good in most circumstances. I get the feeling we're going to be more spellcastery than anything else, so I don't think that we necessarily need the strength. Yeah, I don't think strength's going to be too useful for us. Dex maybe could be slightly useful. Con is like an always useful stat. It's hard to go wrong with con. I think con at least to 14 is a good idea. This gives us more knowledge of the world, intelligence, and then wisdom gives us some saving throws and things. Maybe I'll go up to 12 in both of those and see where we're at. Yeah, maybe I'll go up to like 14 in wisdom. It gives us 3 points. Does one of those cost 2? It does. That's going to give us an awkward number. It might... So I could go up to there and then... Yeah, we don't quite end up with the right amount at some point here. So wait, that costs -1, -1, -2. Yeah, so we're definitely going to end up with an awkward number. Probably because I pushed Charisma up so hard. If I push Charisma down, because it costs 3. Yeah, so we would probably end up with a better number if I had 16 Charisma. But as far as we know, Charisma is the only stat that matters for us. I might actually dump the rest into Dex. You know what? Let's do this. So 11, 14, 14. So Dex gives us some saving throws against different things. It gives us some different options. I don't know if this is good. It probably isn't good, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Skills. Alright, so these are the ones that are our class skills. So I think that means that, for one, we don't need to put a point into it to do a check. Because I believe the way it works, and I may have this wrong, is I believe that you need to put a point into skills to actually be able to try them. Like, if you have 0 in athletics, you can't even try. But if you have a class skill, you can. See, this is all coming back from memory, and I could just be spouting nonsense right now. But what I think we want to do is... Probably 1 in there, because we get a bonus anyway. So that's a +5. Maybe a little bit of trickery and stealth, maybe? Trickery and stealth, and then, I don't know, some persuasion. And then maybe... Oh, does this also give us double the Maybe it doubles your bonus when you put a point into it? No, it gives you +4. Maybe it's +4 for a class skill, and then +1 otherwise. That seems reasonable. Let's get some lore about religion. That seems like the kind of thing we should know. Right. Feats. We have many, many feats and mysteries and all that sort of stuff. So, in terms of feats, what are we looking at? So, it doesn't think we should have arcane armor training. It thinks that's a terrible idea. Okay. What does it think we should have? It doesn't think I should have anything. All it knows is that I definitely should not have that. Oh no, there we go. Point blank shot. So you get +1 bonus on attack and damage rolls with ranged weapons at ranges of up to 30 feet. Sure. Let's take it. It said that we should take it. I'm going to take it. I'm just going to trust the game right now. That seems like an okay thing. Now it thinks I should get precise shot. Okay. You can shoot or throw ranged weapons at an opponent engaged in melee without taking the standard -4 penalty to your attack roll. Again, seems pretty good, right? So we get a bonus +1 on attack, and then this one says that we can also shoot into melee. That seems good. Alright, so that's all we need to do there. So our background. So I don't know if they had this in the first game. They may have. I may just be forgetting. So what do we get? So if I click Craftsman, you can then choose what level of it is and then get some kind of bonus. So what do we think that we want to be? What's an oblate? You're a person of faith who spent her earlier years in the service of the temple? Oh, that sounds good. Your life is intertwined with the divine and you feel its presence guiding your future path. Literally, because we're possessed. That sounds fantastic. So do I want to be an acolyte, a healer, or of martial discipline? So this adds to my class skills, and we can use our wisdom instead of charisma. I don't want to do that. That sounds bad. Healer. Adds nature and religion. Also uses intelligence instead of wisdom. No. Well, also, no, that doesn't matter for us. We don't want to do that. Adds mobility and lore, religion, and then gives unarmed strike. You know what? None of those sound good for me. I don't want any of those. What about, I don't know, maybe we're a wanderer instead. Maybe we're a hermit. Proficient with clubs. Doesn't really seem like the kind of stuff I need to know about. That gives us a bonus to animal companion. Alright, I don't want to do that either. Maybe we're we can go for regional. Okay, this seems like I know a lot about the game option. Or like a lot about the world, which we'll leave for just now. Maybe I'll just be a noble. We looked like a noble. So maybe I will just be I could just be a courtier. So we get persuasion and trickery added to our class skills, and we become proficient with rapiers and bucklers. Sure, you know what, I'm just going to be a random courtier. That sounds good. Right, mystery. What is our mystery? So, ancestor, battle, bones, flame, life, nature, stone, waves, and wind. So this just basically adds to your class skill list again. So we already have all the knowledge and lore, so we don't need ancestor. Battle adds persuasion, knowledge, world, and perception. We don't need that either. I'm just seeing if there's anything we don't have athletics. We could get that there. Mobility and athletics. So maybe waves is our mystery, or mobility and stealth. Let's go waves. Sure. I don't know what consequence this has yet, so you know I can't be wrong. So additional spells. So I can either have cure spells or inflict spells. So basically, I can either have spells that heal people or spells that hurt people. Let's go for cure. We'll be kind of a supporter right now. Alright, so what spells do we start with? So we start with guidance, which is one creature within touch range gets a +1 bonus on a single attack roll, saving throw, or skill check. We get light, which gives us light. Okay, and then virtue. So one friendly creature within touch range gets a temporary hit point. Okay, what other stuff are we looking at here? Well, if we're going to be kind of like a backup, Shield of Faith is pretty good, so it gives +2 deflection bonus to AC with an additional 1 bonus every 6 levels you have, so +2 bonus to AC isn't bad. We could get Summon Monster, which could be interesting. Low levels, having more people generally helps out quite a lot. Magic Weapon, so we could buff a weapon, potentially, for our allies. Divine Favor, so +1 luck bonus on attack and weapon damage rolls. Okay. Cure Light Wounds sounds like an amazing one to have. Yeah. Oh, okay, we only get 1? I thought we got 2. We get 2? We do. Okay. Bless is also pretty good. +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and saving throws. I think Bless is pretty good. I think Bless and Cure Light Wounds is a very solid, level 1 combo. What's our alignment? Well, we're being guided by God, so I'm feeling that we're going to be in the good range. We could just be neutral good. We're just generally, on the side of good. We're just... We don't really care if it's the law. We don't really want to be chaotic. We just follow whatever the good path is. Appearance. Okay. So we can choose whether you're right or left-handed. You don't often see that. Body type. So you can be average, large, or less large than average. Okay. I don't know. We'll just be average. Face. I mean, here's the thing I find funny about this, is face, most of the time we're going to be seeing the character from the back and high up. So it's like, yeah, okay, we can change the face. It's not really going to do very much. Our portrait's going to look like our portrait looks like. That's close enough. Skin tone. I think our portrait looked, I guess, kind of like that, maybe? I don't know. None of them are quite right for the one that we had. Also looks like maybe there's meant to be more here. But anyway, that's fine. We'll go with this one. That seems about right. Hairstyle? Oh, I also want it to be like... Was our hairstyle blonde? I kind of get the feeling it was blonde. So something like this. Oh, there's also multiple pages of hairstyles. Or of hair colors. Okay. And then it was like long. It's long and flowing. 6 might be our best option right now. Yeah, let's go for 6. There we go. Something like that. That'll be what we'll look like. Primary color. So I believe this changes our clothing color. Yeah. I almost want to go back and look at the picture. Let's see. Red and gold. Okay. Nice. You can go back and it doesn't reset everything. So I want to be main color like a red. So yeah, these colors don't really seem to match up with what the color actually is yet either. But it is a beta. And this probably isn't the highest priority feature in the game. Right. And then second one, we're looking for like... Yeah, that looks just the level of hideous I'm going for. Right, voice.
This will hurt!
Doesn't quite fit, personally. But, let's see what else we got in here.
May I see your entrails, please?
Interesting.
We cannot be defeated.
I feel faint.
None shall escape.
Ooh, that one sounds good.
All according to plan.
Ooh, that one. Yeah, okay. That's what we're going for. Name. We are Lady Elizabeth Oracle. Or Areelu. Or Orly. Yeah, that's her name. Perfect. Let's go.
What a find.
So, that is our character, and that is the character creation. So, if you want to see this character in action, I recommend watching the next video, which should be up right after this one. So, thank you for watching. and I will hopefully see you next time. Goodbye!